The significance of this topic is that ethical standards of governance. It is so important because it has also been a news that in China recently, there was a top government official. He was accused of very serious crimes, especially in agriculture, when he was in charge of the agricultural sector. He was recently awarded death penalty. What are we talking about here? Just removal, nothing else. Not okay. So in China has given death penalty. I personally feel these are the standards we should hold our lawmakers up to. So because the scams and everything that are happening, they are in the not just scams, okay? Scams are another thing. Money comes, money goes. The way they affect the poor. And you must have seen people, there are certain cases which come in news, especially you look at what happened in Dharmasthala or what happens in like not for once or twice. For decades together, these people are raping women, they're blackmailing them, but still they're sitting in positions of power. So I personally feel for such offenses, we should follow China's example. Moving on. Okay, preventive ethics is also is a new concept. I think we can expect questions based on this. So preventive ethics, what happens is that not just preventive ethics, preventive justice system itself is not much prevalent in this country. Okay, what happens is that we assume here that someone will do good. If they do bad, we intervene. So that is how a country works. But preventive ethics is also important. Gone are the days where you glorify criminals and say that, okay, wo badal gaya hai. Okay, no one is going to change over here. No one is a child over here. Again, of course, this is going to reshape norms. And now the battle is between individual rights and institutional integrity. What happens here is that when there is a question framed on this lines, what is more important? Individual rights are important, institutional integrity is important. Because the opposition is arguing based on this point. What about the individual rights? What happens if someone frames you for something? What happens about false cases, especially in a country where we know how the judicial system works and how the police, we have a very corrupt system in our country. So what happens there? And also, what about institutional integrity? So when it comes to these two things, I'll tell you something. Here, I think you can take a stand if a question is asked in this direction. Because our constitution itself, and especially the Indian culture itself, puts society and institutions first and the individual later. Okay, I need you to understand this. Even in the constitution, you take any DPSP, you take fundamental duties, everything. We put society and institutions first. So, we have always been a selfless society. We have glorified, the saints have been more glorified than kings and patrons. So, that's the thing. You can take a stand over here. That said, you can expect this question, GS paper 2, ethics, as I've said, and essay, of course.